Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of our NASCAR Heat 5 Next Gen Mod Career Mode. Hope you're all having a great day. Today we are here in sunny California, in Sonoma specifically, for some road course racing for the second time this season since Mid-Ohio. I'm recording this actually a couple hours after the real-life Sonoma race on Sunday afternoon, where we saw Martin Truex Jr. pick up his second win of the season. Let me know down below in the comments what you thought about the race, because I thought it was a pretty lackluster race, very difficult to overtake, and I want to be able to see the next gen cars be able to overtake easier on road courses as well as short tracks like we saw in the Generation 6 Cup car days, but we can only hope here now. You're going to see plenty of overtaking here in the next gen mod, however, in NASCAR Heat 5. Now, you see myself getting some laps under my belt in practice in this brisk number 45. I think this is a big opportunity for us this weekend here in Sonoma to potentially compete for victory, if not a top 5, which would be a great step forward, and it hopefully would put us in the playoffs if that's the case here. You can see us getting the practice goal achieved with the lap times, and now we were ready for qualifying here Saturday morning before the Trucks and Xfinity Series kick off. We're going to do the whole lap on board here of Sonoma Raceway here. Now, I'm not going to bother with corner numbers because corner numbers make zero sense in NASCAR, apparently. I tell you what, I was watching the Sonoma race in real life on this Sunday afternoon, and they literally had on the track map, it went from turn 4, the next corner was turn 7. What? How does that make sense, Fox? Let me know. It made zero sense to me, but literally I went to turn 4, then the next corner was not 5, it wasn't 6, it was 7. So apparently 5 and 6 got eaten by 4. There's no pun there that I can even make work. So here we are though on the old layout, keep in mind, of Sonoma. This is the layout they ran back in 2020 when NASCAR Heat 5 came out, a layout that was absolute garbage. But yeah, that's the layout that we are stuck with here in NASCAR Heat 5 for however long this career mode goes. But the best part about it is we can have some fun here in NASCAR Heat 5 on any layout really that's presented to us here now. But you see myself having a pretty decent lap. Honestly, if we keep it up here for the final bit, we might be looking at a top 10 qualifying effort here, which is been very difficult to come by in this 4-star 2311 racing car. As we continue on through the S's section here, we're going to go through the right-hander, get down to third gear, try to get close to that curb, hard on the gas pedal. Definitely could have been more aggressive in that corner right there as we head down into the final hairpin, which is normally a turn 11, but obviously we're running a different configuration here. So out of the final turn, and now down this little short chute towards the line, it's going to be easily beating the goal of a 137.325 by like 4 seconds. It will be with a 133.477. That puts us P8 for the Toyota Save Mart 350. Pretty happy with that qualifying effort there. And as well, you see the rest of the qualifying effort. Elliott there, P6. Kyle Larson on pole, looking for his first win of the year. Austin Hill replacing Tyler Reddick in P3. We'll have some news on Tyler Reddick in the pre-race show. And for the final time this season, we are going to, of course, hand it over to Fox for the pre-race show, because starting in the next episode, which I don't even know what track it is because Nashville is not in this game, but it will be handed over to the NBC commentators with Rick Allendale Jr., etc., Steve Letarte Burton. Let's send it over to Fox. Hold that thought really quick. I just remembered literally after everything to edit in the Truck Series. Derek Kraus picked up the victory at Gateway. As you can see, the rest of the finishing order there in Trucks. Now in Xfinity, it gets really interesting. Ty Gibbs picked up his first career victory, and that helps his bid to get that 19 car where Martin Truex Jr., of course, is retiring at the end of the season. As we know, it's Gibbs versus me versus Bubba Wallace for that 19 car next season. So he won at Sonoma. It's going to be interesting to see where we end up next season with that between Gibbs, Bubba, and myself. Now it is time to send it over to Fox one final time as we get ready to race in Sonoma.
One final time, race fans. We're with you here from Sonoma, California for some road course racing. We'd like to thank you all for the support this season and wish the best of luck to our partners at NBC. Mike, I heard we have some news to share on Tyler Reddick this weekend.
Yes, we do, Chris, and it is great news to be shared. Tyler Reddick and RCR confirmed this week that Reddick will be back in the car in time for the next race. Now time to focus in on Sonoma. What does it take to win at this place, Clint?
Man, I'll tell you what, I won here about 10 years ago, and I still don't know how I did it, to be honest. You got to be patiently aggressive, however. Watch out for that 5 and 9 today.
Which driver is going to get it done on the road course today? Let's head trackside and get the engines fired for today's race.
How about we dial up that 45 car one final time? Hey, Owen, it's Bowyer in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
How you feeling today? Your best qualifying effort of the year. These road courses seem to treat you well.
Yeah, I hope you didn't jinx me there, but we got very quick brisk number 45 Toyota Camry here today, so I don't see why we can't fight for a top 5, maybe even a win, but we'll see what happens.
All right, bud, go get you some here today. Good luck.
Well, for Fox's final time, we actually get to talk to them on the radio. Christopher Bell sent to the bank after replacing a transmission before the race. We're ready to go racing here from this right side, row number 4. Kyle Larson, Austin Cindric, the front row, both drivers winless this season. We're underway here from Sonoma, California. You look at the top 5, all winless actually in the top 5. Larson, as well as Cindric. You got Busher up there. How about RFK Racing? All of their cars, all 3 of them, the 6, the 60, and the 17 inside the top 10 to kick off this race here in Sonoma Raceway. We've talked about it in recent episodes, very much so back and forth in terms of speed from that team. Sometimes they're looking really hot, other days they're looking absolutely abysmal. Well, we're certainly seeing they've got some speed to fight here this weekend on the road course now, and watch out for Christopher Busher in that 17. We know he's going to be fast here today in Sonoma now as I get clear of Kurt Busch. We're already up to P6 here, maybe a chance to lunge one up the inside of Chase Elliott here, one of the road course kings of the sport. You as well heard in the pre-race show as we look at the back of the 8 of Austin Hill. Tyler Reddick will be back in the car for the next episode. He has recovered enough and has been cleared by doctors to be back in the car starting next episode. So stay tuned on that as he will have to try and probably win his way in to the playoffs here. Now Elliott runs at 8, a little bit wide, nearly some contact. I'm playing it a bit safe here. We've known to be aggressive in the Cup Series so far, but I was playing it a bit cautious on this opening lap, just trying to survive and capitalize. We got past the 9 of Elliott. Austin Cindric as well took the lead from Kyle Larson on the start. So the number 2 Cup Series rookie out in front right now. Of course, we're battling Cindric for Rookie of the Year. Elliott fights back at the end of lap 1 up my left side, but fortunately we have that preferred lane and we stay clear, holding on to 5th place as I try to set my sights on Austin Hill. The big passing opportunity being this carousel coming up right here. This whole section I can really get through quicker than the AI. Really aggressive right there, even going a little bit off track with the left sides, but we are able to carry that momentum up the inside into the left-hander. Easy pass on that number 8 Cheddar's Chevrolet Camaro for RCR of Austin Hill. Up into 4th place we go, and now only 5 laps in stage 1. I was running on 2x fuel and wear for this one as well, because the road courses, if I was to keep it on 3x, everybody would pit with like literally 1 lap to go if everything went smooth, and that would just ruin the race. And I had that happen in the past series. I didn't want to do that again. You see a bit of a moment here for me in the carousel with 2 to go on this stage. We hang on to it, holding on to 4th place over Chase Elliott now, as he had also gotten past the 8 who had fallen off quite a bit. A lot of passing from the AI. You're not seeing it, but it was happening. Look at the track map. Austin Cindric got passed by the 17. We have had 2 lead changes in this race already, from the 5 to the 2 to the 2 to the 17. Now, I think it's with the mod. This next-gen mod, the creators, HighC, Scarzy, the whole team did a really good job with the AI, it seems like, and there's a lot more passing at road courses compared to what we used to have, which was, it was extremely rare to see a pass for the lead, and we've already seen 2 in stage 1. We crossed the line. There is still cautions for stages on road courses here in NASCAR Heat 5. P4 in stage 1. Really, really strong. Cindric, Kyle Larson, 2nd and 3rd. Elliott, Austin Hill there behind us. They're still actually coming to cross the line, so we do have to wait a couple extra seconds here for that top 10 to get to the end of this first and opening stage. But really happy with the car. We are not going to pit at the end of stage 1, so everybody's going to maintain their position here, and you see Kurt Busch rounding out the top 10. Chris Buescher with the stage win for RFK, and still all of the RFK drivers inside the top 10. Alex Bowman there, P7. A good stage effort for him. Only 1 Hendrick car outside of the top 10. That's William Byron down there in about 14th. Chastain down in 15th. Daniel Suarez and having a bit of a rough start to this race. He won this race in real life in 2022, obviously. Stenos 3 laps down, already out of the race here in Sonoma. Everybody bunched back up together. We're ready to go racing, and best part about being in an even position of P4 at the end of stage 1 is it gives us the preferred lane for the restart. restart, so we might be able to overtake Kyle Larson as we head down through these first few corners into the back briefly of the 2 of Cindric now, as he's alongside the 17 of Busher, who has really established himself as a road course racer over the last couple of seasons in the Cup Series. Now, he really is a threat every time we come here. He ran great in the real life race today on Sunday. Now, as you can see, not enough pace and traction and power down on the exit of that corner, so Larson powers through back into 3rd place here now, and look at the potential for a surprise winner today. The 2 of Cindric, the 17 of Busher right now, bubble drivers. We are in a position of the bubble as well, so we do not need the 2 or the 17 winning this race. If anybody's going to win this race that's in front of me, that's just not me in general. We need it to be the 5 of Kyle Larson here now, so that was something in the back of my mind as well. If I can't win the race, we want the 5 to win this race, or the 9 of Elliott, who already does have 1 win this season. We pile down into the corner right behind that 17 of Chris Busher. Elliott now going to look up my right-hand side as we head through the second right-hander. Larson runs a little bit wide, and so does Elliott now. Cindric getting away there as they're going to be side by side as we head towards the S's. Larson stomps on the brake pedal. I take evasive maneuver, but we hit the barrier and into the side of the 9 as we rebounded off that barrier back onto the track. Elliott slides across. He's all the way into the left side of the circuit. He's coming back on track. Somehow, we all save it, but the damage is done. Please apologize to the 9 right there. I did not mean to do that. That was all on the 5. You hear myself on the radio. I mean, Larson just stomped on the brake pedal. I don't know what he was doing, and I just quite simply wasn't ready for it, and I had to, well, I think I did hit him, and then of course he went all the way into the left barrier. Now fortunately the damage was extremely minimal, so we were moving our way back forward, passing Chastain for P9. Elliott was not far behind. He was kind of following my trails a little bit here. Now as you can see myself diving one up the inside of the 4 of Harvick. Chastain, he's really been moving his way forward in stage 2 as well into this top 10 fight now as we're side by side briefly with the 4 of Harvick, but we will get clear by the time we come to cross the line. 7 laps in stage 2, keep that in mind, so a couple extra laps here in this stage. Now 5 to go. Austin Hill, he's been dropping as this race has gone on. He's now down to 7th place, and well, he's about to go down to 8th because here I go sneaking one up the inside here of that number 8. We should be able to complete the overtake on the exit of the corner, and then next up will be our boss of Denny Hamlin here now, as we are going to try and hunt him down for that 6th position. Now there is an off week between Sonoma and the next race, so we will be having our second team meeting of the season in between this episode and next episode. Well, it'll be at the start of the next episode, so stay tuned on that. And I think it'll be better than the first one because our performance at 23:11 has improved quite a bit for myself and Bubba Wallace now. And now the 17 of Chris Busher in these closing moments of stage number 2, out in front again, trying to sweep the first 2 stages. Hamlin, watch this. Look how slow Hamlin is through this section of racetrack. We close in a huge gap, and now up the inside we go. It's not even going to be close. We're going to cruise right on past that number 11.
I have no idea where he finds that speed from, man.
There you hear Denny Hamlin's quick reaction on that, just not knowing where I'm finding that speed from into that corner. But yeah, that would basically bring the stage to a close here, lap 7 of 7, and it's Chris Busher sweeping the first 2 stages here from Sonoma, California. So a great result from him. Someone in the pit lane there, looks like the 66 of Timmy Hill with a blown engine. We're going to cross the line for P6, so it's pretty happy with that. Now, everybody is going to have to make a pit stop here at the end of stage 2. Alex Spellman there, P5. How about Justin Haley up into 4th place? A great run there for the Atlanta winner. Now he's got 2 wins in his Cup career now. Busher, of course, looking for his, what would be his 2nd career win because it's the 2022 season, so he had not won the Bristol race in this timeline, just that Pocono race in like 2015 or 16, whatever it was, with the fog and the rain and whatnot. Everybody into the pit lane though. It's going to be pretty straightforward. 4 tires, fill it up on fuel. Harvick now inside the top 10. Austin Hill continues to drop now. Daniel Suarez is the big one for me that's just struggling here uncharacteristically at a road course right now in the mid-20s, 24th at the end of stage 2 for that ComScope number 99. We don't gain or lose anything in the pits. Haley, however, loses 3 positions. It's Busher and Larson, the front row, but Larson has the preferred lane. Stage 3, the final stage of 12 laps, is underway as we head up the elevation here through the first couple of corners. Now, as I think I've been in this right lane every single restart, which has been fantastic for myself because it gives me an opportunity to get a couple crucial overtake opportunities going up the elevation, but then on the run down towards the sharp right-hander, it gives us another opportunity as well. That's what we're about to hit here. passing Hamlin. Elliott following through as well, as we're tucked in behind his Hendrick teammate of Alex Bowman, who's in the bubble. He's in the bubble fight right alongside myself, the two of Cindric. Similar situation. He's a little bit further out on points, so we get clear of Cindric, and now maybe an opportunity to lunge one up the inside of the 48 here. I'm going to try and peek my nose up the inside. Just didn't quite have enough forward momentum there, so I stay tucked in behind, side by side for the lead between the 17 and the 5 of Buescher and Larson. A huge run out of the carousel right into the back of the 48 of Alex Bowman. Do I dare send it 3 wide? No, I do not. Now Cindric comes back up the left side. Hamlin, Elliott tucked in behind. Larson's going to go a little bit wide there. He's going to use up the 17. They both go wide again. Opens the door wide open for myself. We're going to be drag racing with the 2021 defending Cup champion here through the S's section. Now on the outside we get clear of Kyle Larson after contact with him earlier. I didn't leave him a whole lot of room, but we're slipping and sliding off circuit. Larson comes fighting back here. Now he's looking for that first win of the season, and you know he wants to get it, because if I win, it doesn't help him in his winless season. Of course, the more wins right now for him is not good from other drivers. Now as he's sideways into the hairpin, we're side by side. He doesn't leave me a lot of room to work with. Fair play. I did the same thing to him about half a lap ago. We're side by side still coming to the line. Larson leads the lap here in stage 3 to begin it. Now as we continue up the elevation again, I try my best to at least maintain side by side. Couldn't quite get it, but Bowman now sneaks into third briefly, as I would get a huge run on Larson now as we head towards the carousel, so it opens the door wide open once again, as the short run speed in this car is really good. I noticed that in stage 1 and 2 we have good short run speed, but the longer the run goes, the worse the car gets compared to the AI, so I wasn't quite sure, and I wasn't very confident that I would be able to hold on to the lead, and it would be pretty short-lived. Wide in the sweeping right-hander, that opens the door wide open for Larson on the run down towards the hairpin here to go for the overtake again, and it's not going to be much of a challenge. I really struggled to get the car to rotate there, and look at that, the 48's even going to get to my right rear quarter panel, but fortunately for me, we do hang on to second place now. But do I have enough for Kyle Larson? Bowman would continue to fade, unfortunately for him, down the order as this stage went on. Justin Haley actually up into the 3rd position, as I have a big moment right there. We save it with 8 to go, and you can see up on 2 wheels, but as I mentioned, the long run, this car really starts to struggle here. Now we still have 7 to go once we cross the stripe, and I was really starting to struggle for grip already in this car here. Now 5 laps ago we had opened up the gap again to the 31 of Haley, and just trying to close in on Larson. It's been a completely green flag race aside from the obvious stage 1 and 2 cautions. We might actually get, you know, aside from stage cautions, a completely green race here. We are on relaxed yellows as usual for the road courses specifically here. Coming to 3 laps to go, and unfortunately I looked in my mirror and I'm seeing that 31 and 17 get a little bit larger again here, and you can see 3 to go. Look how large they've gotten. They are within just about half a second of me now. 2 laps to go here in Sonoma for Kyle Larson, who's just praying that it stays green at this point here. Up the elevation again through turn 1 and 2, and you can see a little bit of sideways, big time sideways there as we go off circuit. The 31, the 17, they go through. We hang on at least and continue in P4 as we now have to try and play catch up in about a lap and 3/4, but the caution is going to fly late in the day, forcing overtime, and Kyle Larson has some work to do. Reason for the caution? I'm going to say it might not have been worth a caution, but I'm not going to complain because it helps me get another chance. And watch this. It's the 34 of McDowell on the inside of Hill, who's dropped down to 14th, and yeah, that's the caution. Maybe it's for debris because he's throwing, you know, orange cones all over the track. Well, now it's going to leave us with 2 laps to go. By the way, William Byron 5 laps down out of the race as well, and someone's pitting. It might have been Kevin Harvick, I think it said, but we're going to get ready for NASCAR overtime. Suddenly, we are in position to fight for the win now. It would have been nice if that caution came up before my moment, because we would have been on the front row alongside Kyle Larson with an even better opportunity. Still, we have an opportunity. That's all we can ask for. 2 laps remain here from Sonoma, and the Toyota Save Mart 350 side by side up through the hill. Haley out shoved to the back of the 31 leaf filter calling machine. He's already got one win on the season, so I wasn't playing too nice with him. We've gotten here on aggression in the Cup Series. We want to be aggressive to get our first win. Haley not going to take it. He's going to bulldoze me off the track now. Fair play. I got into the back of him earlier. Now as we continue into the corner, Cindric tags us in the right rear. Now we go way off circuit there after that contact. We're slipping and sliding. Monster Jam tactics right here. We rejoin the track, but at what cost? We're down to 9th place, fighting for it with Chase Elliott here, who's been struggling to move his way back forward. So maybe I put it all on the line right there, but maybe I put a little bit too much on the line. I was a little bit aggressive there. We have a 4-star car. We have worn tires. I was going for it there. I knew that was my only shot. Now it was a big lunge, 3 wide, passing the 20 and the 48 in one go before we even hit the apex. Back up at a P5 as we started this final lap here in Sonoma. Another moment. You can really see how much I'm struggling at this point on these tires. That lets the 20 go through, so down to P6. But Kyle Larson in command on this final lap. Larson has uncharacteristically been off in this season. He's the defending Cup Series champion from 2021 in this storyline. 10 wins last season, none this season. But that's about to come to an end. Kyle Larson through the final turn, holding off the 31 of Justin Haley. A great day and a great late charge from Haley, but it's not enough. Kyle Larson, for the first time this season, will go to victory lane in Sonoma. That's 2 seasons in a row of Sonoma victory for Larson as well. We cross the line for P6, and a great day, but almost a disappointing day here in Sonoma, which is just, yeah, it is what it is. We still had a good day for points that will most likely put us inside the playoff again. We'll have to wait here as look at Kurt Busch down in 26, our teammate Bubba Wallace 29th. Not surprising there. Bubba Wallace struggles tremendously on road courses there, so I wasn't surprised to see him finish that rough here. As you see me checking the standings at the end of the episode in trucks, Xfinity, as well as the Cup Series now, as you can see. In the Xfinity Series, Gibbs with his first win, now locked into the playoffs there in Xfinity. We're going to Kentucky. That's the Nashville replacement, Kentucky, in the next episode. Let's take a look at the Cup Series playoffs really quick before we wrap it up, because we are officially now inside the playoffs again by 23 points over Eric Almirola. Bubba Wallace is 33 out, 35 for Suarez, 41 for Bowman, 46 for Cindric. It's close in this bubble fight and 10 races left in the regular season. Martin Truex Jr., Kurt Busch, as well as even Briscoe, not safe at all, so it's going to be a very close fight, I think. But that's going to wrap it up for me. We have a team meeting coming up in the next one headed into Kentucky. I look forward to seeing you guys for that one. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys then. Have a great day, everybody.